There are 7 elements that every good photographer uses in their photos. They are shadow, reflection, abstraction, shape and pattern, value contrast, perspective, and texture contrast. Every good photo contains at least 2 or more of these elements. This practice makes them more dynamic and interesting for the viewer. Sometimes the photo can contain several elements but concentrate on one more heavily than the others. Shadow photography is where light is blocked by a 3-dimensional object to create a 2-dimensional silhouette, or a reverse projection of the object blocking the light. The shadow is usually the main subject of the photograph. Reflection photography, also referred to as mirror photography, is when reflective surfaces are used to create an artistic echo of a scene. Abstraction photography, sometimes called non-objective or conceptual, is a way of depicting a visual image that does not have an immediate association with the object and has been created with experimental equipment, processes, or materials. Shape and pattern photography is when shapes, colors, objects are repeated in either regular or irregular formations. When used effectively, pattern can be key to good composition and can transform an otherwise bland image into something dramatic and eye-catching. Value contrast is a tool that photographers use to direct viewers' attention to the subject. The 2 types are tonal contrast, which refers to the lightest and darkest areas from white to black, and color contrast, which can be the difference between dark and light colors or complementary colors. Perspective photography is a technique or process of representing a 3-dimensional object or place on a 2-dimensional surface to give the illusion of depth or distance. Texture contrast photography is when 2 objects with different textures are directly next to one another in a photo. When used correctly, this can draw the viewer's attention to the image because the effect of the textures can become as commanding as the use of pronounced colors or dramatic scenery. Try to remember these elements when shooting your own dynamic photos.